Star Wars has been in a tailspin, and there's only one bright spot. That bright spot is 2 seasons of the series Andor, and it's the best Star Wars has been in a long time for one very simple reason. It's the first Star Wars product since George Lucas's departure that knows who the galaxy far, far away's true villain is. The true villain of Star Wars, the one consistent face of evil across the entire franchise, has not been and should never be Palpatine or the
dark side of the Force.
It's definitely not Anakin or Snoke or Adam Driver in a Vader tribute mask. The Death Star in the first movie was the ultimate representation of bureaucracy as true evil. That superweapon is the final form of what happens when vast numbers of sycophantic bureaucrats strip the wealth of those under their control and use it to construct massive, impractical, totally flawed weapons of war. And it's run by a bunch of middle managers jockeying for attention around a conference room table. When the Death Star didn't work, the same inflexible, massively incompetent bureaucratic structure run by Imperial DMV workers who only care about keeping their jobs turned around and made the same thing all over again. The Death Star is the California high-speed rail that was supposed to go all the way to San Francisco, but now costs 10 times as much and only goes to Bakersfield. That clear, real-world similarity is what made Luke Skywalker's journey so thrilling and easy to identify with.
I'll never turn to the dark side.
He wasn't fighting a person or a mystical and evil force, he was fighting a system of corrupt bureaucratic oppression. That trend continued in the prequels, when the bureaucracy-free monarchy of Naboo was attacked and held hostage by a group of middle managers from the Trade Federation. It escalated when, as the prequels continued, the massive bloated bureaucracy of the Old Republic empowered and hid Palpatine, aiding him in his rise to leadership. The best of the recent Star Wars series is Andor, specifically because it makes that bloated bureaucracy show's villain. Andor is about guys in cubicles and meetings planning the destruction of innocents. They do it not because they love evil, but because that's how they get paid. The J.J. Abrams movies failed because they became obsessed with Palpatine and the Skywalkers. Shows like The Acolyte get lost in the backstabbing religion of the Jedi. The Mandalorian fell apart because it became obsessed with Katie Sackhoff's royal destiny and supported the corrupt bureaucracy of the New Republic instead of fighting it. Ahsoka tried to make a villain of Thrawn, an iron-fisted demolisher of red tape. Skeleton Crew thought it could fix all that by focusing on adventure. But Star Wars has never been just a shallow adventure. Star Wars should only ever have one focus and one true villain. It's not Palpatine and never was. The true villain of Star Wars is the massive bureaucracy Palpatine represents. Because the heroes of Star Wars aren't just taking on the Empire, they're taking on the IRS and lawyers, the medical system, and every damn annoying thing which is sucking away moments of your life. Star Wars is at its best when it's 1990s Dilbert with a lightsaber. When Star Wars deviates from this formula, it stops feeling like Star Wars and starts feeling like something else. And we've already got plenty of something else.